Hello! Welcome to Beauty School, ladies, where you can learn your tips, tricks, and techniques to have you looking and feeling your best. Tonight, we have the beautiful Rebecca Strange, Senior Pink Cadillac Sales Director out of Montgomery, Alabama. Say hello, Rebecca.
Hey, everybody.
And I'm Catherine Tatum, Sales Director out of Tallahassee, Florida. And we're excited to be here with you tonight for Mary Kay Q&A. So tonight is a night that we're going to be asking some questions. We're going to be answering your questions and just giving you a little bit of a sneak peek into what is Mary Kay. So I hope that you tune in, that you enjoy. Make sure that you comment any questions that you might have tonight as the conversation is happening, so that way we can answer them for you. Of course, let your beauty consultant know who invited you what you thought of tonight, and of course any questions again that you might have, so that way we can get those answers to you. So we're so excited for you to be here tonight for our Beauty School Mary Kay Q&A. I hope you enjoy and just hear a little bit more about what is Mary Kay. So tonight I have the honor of asking the beautiful Rebecca some questions about her Mary Kay story. So, Rebecca, you ready?
I'm ready. Blast away. What are the questions?
Oh, let's do it. All right, ladies. So, Rebecca, I know you dearly, but I want you to tell me and tell our beautiful viewers a little bit about you. Who are you and what makes you Rebecca?
Absolutely. Well, I am, I love Catherine Tatum. She is actually my twin. So we have similar thoughts and similar characteristics for sure. And people get us confused all the time, which is really funny. I think it's because we have blonde hair and blue eyes. But I am Rebecca Strange. I'm a senior sales director with Mary Kay. I've been in the company for a little over 9 years and a director for right at 9. And I have 3 kids. I've been married for 21 years. And I have a dog now. Her name is Darla Rose, and she is a hot mess. She chewed up all my Mary Kay labels just the other day and was wearing about 100 of them. And I keep finding them all over my house. But pretty much that kind of gives you the gist of who I am. I live in Montgomery, Alabama, and I love, love, love my Mary Kay.
All right. All right. So, Rebecca, I know you love your Mary Kay, but I want to find out, how long have you been in Mary Kay?
I joined April 26th of 2011, so just a little over 9 years.
Okay. I love it. I love that you know, like, exactly to the day. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an exciting day, isn't it?
It is. It's an important day. So it's like one of those decision days that changes your life.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I love it. A decision day. That's awesome. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So because you said it was a decision day, what made you decide to join Mary Kay?
That's kind of a funny story. I had an 11-year-old at the time, and Liz Varan was my consultant, and she had a party. We thought it was a brunch. I swear there were like 30 people there. She says they're not. But we had people all over the floor and the sofas and the tables and everything doing facials. And she was very pregnant with her number 4 baby. And she says, I booked myself a party at her first party. And so that was my introduction to Mary Kay. I had never worn the product, but I had bought the product for my mom when I was a girl still living at home. And I knew she loved it. And it struggled on. I actually had a party to get free stuff, which I was very excited about. And then Liz is like, you need to do this. You need to do this, because we had 11 people at my grand opening party. My first party. It wasn't my grand opening, but my first party. And she was like, you should do this. You should do this. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't have time to do this. Yada, yada, yada. And finally, about a year passed. She asked me almost on a weekly basis if I would come to an event. But I couldn't, because I was the children's pastor for a missions base, an organization that we were working at in Kansas City, Missouri. And finally, we were about to move to Montgomery, and I didn't have to work on Monday nights anymore. And so she said, hey, you'll get a free brush set if you come. And so literally, I went to the event, and before I left, my son, who was 11, said, here's some money, Mom. I want you to get your starter kit. And I was like, "What? I don't know. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not sure. I'm just going to see what it's all about. I want a free brush set." And he was like, "No, you're going to do this. I need Legos and I need to be able to go out to eat." Because we were literally living paycheck to paycheck. And I just laughed at him and I was like, "Well, we'll see." And the day before, the craziest thing had happened. I used to be a youth pastor, and one of my youth who I had not seen in like several years called me and asked me where to get Mary Kay from. And I was like, "I haven't talked to you, Elizabeth, in years. Why are you calling me?" And she was like, "Because my grandmother said everybody that has good skin wears Mary Kay because it's the best product. And you always wore makeup and your skin was good. So I just figured it was Mary Kay." And I'm like, "I've never worn Mary Kay until about the last year. Um, this is crazy." I said, "If you can wait till tomorrow, I can either tell you where to get it or who to get it from." And she was like, "Sure." So we talked for a few minutes and I went to the meeting and I sat down and I was in awe. I was like, "I'm doing this. I'm doing this." There were like 400 women at the DoubleTree Hotel in downtown Kansas City. And it was like a Barbie party. I mean, it was awesome. They were giving away prizes. People were dressed up. It looked fun and exciting. And I texted my friend. I joined. I told him I was joining. Texted my friend Elizabeth, told her what I did, and told her she could be my first customer. And she was like, "Well, I want to do it too." And so she was my first recruit on the spot. I did not know her roommate. She was in college. So her roommate calls me back in the middle of this meeting and said, "Hey, this is Stephanie. I just heard what Elizabeth did. I love Mary Kay. Can I do this too?" And so I had 2 recruits in a matter of like 15 minutes. And I text my mom and I said, "Hey, Mom, I just joined Mary Kay." And she was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you. I'll do whatever it takes to help you." And I'm like, "Great answer. I want you to get a starter kit." And I literally left there with 3 recruits. I kept taking my cell phone to, Andrea up at the front. And she was just like, just kind of like, "What's going on?" So it was an interesting night, and it just made me know that that was what I was supposed to do, because it was just like one thing after another thing had just lined up. It was amazing.
So you wouldn't say there was just like one thing that just like stuck out to you, like as far as like that event goes? You were just blown away by like everything and how it all was just straight in line.
I'm a real big looker, watcher, I don't know what you would call it, for people that are doing like in leadership. And I like to see how things flow, and I love to see how things are moving and what people are doing. And literally that night, you had 400 women in this DoubleTree Hotel that were all dressed up. A large portion of them had on director suits or red jackets. And I didn't even know what that was in the moment. But I was like, I want that. And that year was the purple suit the directors were wearing, and it was super cute suit. And I just thought, I want to be like that lady. I want that suit. I want to do what she's doing. I want to get all these prizes. And then, they start talking about money, and I'm like, "Oh, I want that money," And so it was just one thing right after the other that I was like, "Oh, yeah." Mm-hmm. So, I think we all have questions in our mind. Is this real? Is this going to work? Am I going to be good at this? But you just have to make the decision and do it. And I was like, I'll go for it. So I went for it. And, 9 years later, I have no regrets. So it's pretty awesome.
I love it. You decided to go for it. It was $100 decision that changed your life.
Yes.
I love
Absolutely.
it. I love it. All right. You hit 2 things I want to touch on. So the first one was, you said you wanted that suit. You wanted to be like them. You wanted that look and that. And so let me ask you, from the time that you joined, how long until you reached that suit and you became like them?
Yeah, definitely. It was a little over a year. I literally started my business in Kansas City, and because I didn't know anybody where we were moving and didn't know what I was going to do. So I went to 2 meetings as a sales consultant and in Kansas City, then moved to Montgomery. I did 60 faces before I left Kansas City because I knew I had to get my order together and get active and get people in place there while I still knew people. And then we moved to Montgomery, and I didn't know anybody. And so I just started praying. I was like, "Lord, show me one person that I can ask that will open the door to get my business started here." And, we were in transition. We were trying to find somewhere to live and everything. So it did take a few months to kind of get started back here. But I was being slick. I will never forget my very first customer in Montgomery was the rental property manager of an apartment complex. And she
Okay.
is actually a consultant on my team today. She was my first customer. I was slick. I gave her my email address and she said, "Oh, you're with Mary Kay." And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Are you a Red Jacket?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I am." And she was like, "Well, I only buy from Red Jackets because they're the only ones that stick around." And so she ended up placing an order on my website, and I took it to her like 2 or 3 days later, and she gave me another order for her mom. Her mom has been a faithful customer for 9 years also. When I delivered her mom's order, Miss Brenda got her number. She said, "Here's my best friend. She uses Mary Kay and has used it for 30-something years. She doesn't have a girl either." And so literally they just took me one person to the next person to the next person, which was amazing. And they're still customers of mine now 9 years later. Like Miss Brenda used to call me when she'd get off work and say, "Set my table up. I'm coming to your house." And she'd want me to put out lipsticks or eyeshadows or perfumes or something. And she would come like every 2 weeks and get things.
Oh my word. I love that.
She's been a very good customer.
I bet. And
Yes.
and it's that relationship that you built too. Because
Yes,
you've seen her,
definitely.
and you know, those conversations around the table you can't change.
Yes, definitely. It's all about the relationship and the customer service.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
I love that. Okay, so that's how you got the suit and that pretty purple suit that year. I know which one you're talking about. It was gorgeous.
Yes.
Now tell me, you also mentioned you want that money that they were talking about at the meeting. So
Yeah.
what has been your largest paycheck with Mary Kay since you have been in?
Yes, director paychecks are awesome. We actually make more money than anybody else in direct sales with Mary Kay, and so we have more women making six figures than any other company out there. So my largest paycheck to date for 1 month, and this is not sales, this is just my commissions, was a little over $14,900.
Love it.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's
Yes.
that's a nice paycheck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very nice paycheck, and that didn't even include sales. I mean,
Right.
I think my highest month in sales has been almost 10,000, and so you can always, Christmas season over a 3 month period, you can do anywhere from 15 to 20 over those 2 to 3 months, and usually in the summer for June when we're pushing for big goals, you can see big numbers come in also. But the beauty business is something that doesn't change. It doesn't fluctuate. People are going to wash their face whether you're in a pandemic or a snowstorm or whether it's in the desert. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're still going to take care of their skin. And women know what they want. And when they find the right thing, they're loyal to our company. And if you take good care of your customers, I mean, you know firsthand, your customers will be very loyal to you. So it's amazing.
That's
Amazing,
right.
amazing.
That's right. They do. And just like you said, I just think of Miss Brenda, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great relationship. And so they're there to cheer you on too. I'm sure they were rallying behind you as well through a lot of your goals.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They're so awesome. I love them. I love them.
That's great. That's awesome to have that community, huh?
Yes.
I love it. All right. So speaking of paychecks, I know that in Mary Kay, we can, make our money a few different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of those ways that you bring, an income into your family is through the career car program. So Rebecca, tell me, how many cars have you earned and for how many years? So tell me that.
I have driven free almost my entire career with Mary Kay. I've actually just picked up my 5th free car with Mary Kay in December of last year. It was the pink Cadillac. It has all the bells and whistles, the sunroof, the sound system, the leather seats, everything that you could imagine, every button that my kids love and my husband doesn't like sometimes because when people get too close, the lights flashing in your face. But, it's everything that you could ever imagine, and it's literally a trophy on wheels. So we've had all the different career cars, and this is definitely our favorite one.
I bet. So
Yes.
Rebecca, describe that pink Cadillac to me. What color is that pink Cadillac? And what does it feel like to drive that pink Cadillac? And what's her name?
Her name is Lipstick. because we like to paint the town pink. So we drive lipstick around town, and she is awesome. People stop us all the time. I had a guy stop me at the grocery store the other day, and he said, "I'll give you a nickel if you'll make that car pink." And I said, "Well, it's already pink." And he said, "Oh, I know. It's a Mary Kay car." And you're thinking, how does a 20-something-year-old guy understand that this is a Mary Kay car? But we have that top of mind awareness. People know our company. They know our products. The color of the car is kind of a pearlized pink. So sometimes it looks pinker than other times. It actually matches the product bottling. Whatever color our bottles are is the color the car is. So it goes along with the actual car itself. And it's amazing because it literally is a trophy on wheels. People watch you. I have people that'll drive up beside me and kind of stop and stare or look. And I've actually had people stop and take pictures of my car when it was parked in parking lot. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
I love it. You and lipstick.
Yes, me and lipstick.
Awesome. Okay, so in Mary Kay, of course, we have the opportunity to earn lots of different prizes and things like that. Of course, the cars being one of them. But I know in your 9 years, you have reached a lot of accomplishments and reached a lot of goals. And so what are a couple of your most favorite prizes that you've ever gotten in Mary Kay?
Oh, goodness. Well, I definitely think the pink Cadillac is probably have to be number one. That's the ultimate prize that you can get because you're driving a free car, tax, tag, title, maintenance, insurance, everything. And then you've got, last year I was able to earn the trip to the Bahamas, which we were flown from Montgomery, Alabama to Miami, Florida, my husband and I, all expense paid trip onto Carnival's Navigator of the Sea cruise line, and spent 5 days at sea in the Bahamas. And that was phenomenal. Never been on a cruise before and had a great time with that. So that was definitely a highlight prize. But I mean, honestly, I've gotten jewelry, I've gotten golden bumblebees and diamonds. I mean, the sky's the limit with Mary Kay. I mean, they don't give you, I call them Chuck E. Cheese prizes. We literally get diamonds and gold. And every quarter we can get an amazing star prize, which could be appliances, it could be things you could use for your business, or it could be, gift cards, gift certificates, purses, jewelry. I mean, just whatever. And it's really nice stuff, and you love it. They're Cinderella prizes. We love what we get. So yes,
I love it. That's awesome. Those are some pretty nice prizes that you've earned. I would say so.
Yes, I just got a new Ted Baker bag that's a cute pink bag that matches my car. So I'm like kind of excited about that.
You and lipstick and your pink purse. Yeah. I love it. I see a new photography opportunity for you.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
There you go.
Yeah, we had to have a photo shoot when we got lipstick. So.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So another question for you. So you had said that you had heard about Mary Kay, but you didn't use it, prior to joining. And so what is maybe one thing that surprised you that you learned about Mary Kay that made you decide, hey, this is a great opportunity?
Well, I have memories of Mary Kay. My next door neighbor was a Mary Kay consultant for years, and I would save my money and buy my mom's Christmas and birthday from her. She had a little store in her laundry room, and I would walk over. My grandmother would make an appointment, and I would go over there and buy from my neighbor. And Mrs. Zane would have everything ready and package it up for me to bring home for my mom's birthday. And I do have this really interesting memory of about, I don't know if y'all remember, but like probably the late 80s, early 90s, there were these little containers. There were eyeshadows that you had to put water with for Mary Kay. I had played paint by number with those one day with a friend on the front porch, and my mom came home from work and she was not too happy. So those are the kind of memories I had of Mary Kay. I knew that my mom used it. I knew that it was a really girly company. I knew it was fun. I had seen the cars, but I had never had anybody give me a facial. And I had never had anybody really introduce me to the company and how it works. And so when I went to the first event with Liz and I tried the product, I was like, I'd always used, we'll say Oola Poo Poo from the mall. And I did not, I wasn't happy with it. Was in a place where I really couldn't afford it anymore. And so I had kind of swapped over to just the quickie store when you're in the grocery store, grab something, and I hated it. So the moment I put the foundation on for Mary Kay, I could tell an immediate difference. And then I was like, I need the skincare because I know skincare is key. And that's why I was like, let's do a party because I can get it for free, right? And she was like, yeah. So once I was on the skincare and the foundation, I knew this product was different, and I could see a huge difference in it.
All right. So you were surprised by the quality.
Yeah, definitely.
And not only the quality of the product, but the quality of the brand and the company.
Yes. And for the price point, you couldn't beat it.
You're right.
I mean, literally.
It's awesome. All right. So what is one thing that you're most grateful for in your business?
Oh, goodness. I would probably have to say the relationships. You and I do a prayer call every Wednesday morning, which is pretty phenomenal just to see God work in that and just the things I've seen God do like in your life and in other people's lives through this company. The number one consultant in sales at our seminar this year said she came to know the Lord as a result of reading the biography of Mary Kay after she opened her starter kit. And she read the book and then asked Jesus to come into her heart, and she gave her life to him. And like she was quoting scripture and giving him honor and glory for everything that she had done this last year. And she sold like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Mary Kay. And I'm thinking, oh my word, this woman is awesome. And she would not have known Jesus if it had not been for this avenue of selling lipstick, skincare, makeup, whatever. And I'm like, Lord, this is awesome. So I think the relationships, but then also just what I see this company rooted and grounded in as far as values.
I love that. I love that. Oh, all right. What are you enjoying most about your business right now? It's a different time right now. Things are a little different. And what is bringing you joy right now in your business?
Well, I think we learned so much. You had the opportunity to really pause, pivot, or just kind of give up in the middle of the pandemic. And so we have not paused, we have pivoted, and this company hasn't missed a beat. I mean, literally, there's women. The number one director in all of Mary Kay Emerald Seminar at our conference, she said that she was an older woman that was not tech savvy, but they actually did more this year than they'd ever done before in the past. And she's a 4-time $1 million sales director. Mm-hmm. And so just the thought of that makes you realize that first and foremost, makeup and skincare is basically recession proof, pandemic proof. But it also gave us the opportunity to reach out to our customers on a totally different level, because I've had women that have called me and said, I know you love Jesus. I know your husband's in ministry. I know you're in ministry. I want a relationship with the Lord. I'm dealing with COVID patients. I'm working in a hospital. I can't handle this. I need help. And so, relationship was huge, but just how we pivoted online, because normally you and I would have been sitting in a room and we'd have cupcakes or coffee or something, and we'd have 50 women sitting there with us. But now we can have women all over the world watching us online, and we don't have to set anything up, tear anything down, and it's actually easier. So we can talk to you with our pajama pants on and our nice shirt and our hair and our makeup done. I mean, literally, it's all about that pivot and just the change. I know, don't tell anybody about the change. And so it's been a good change. I mean, we can still work our business, still do things. And our company's been amazing because they actually offered us that $30 e-start kit. Right. So instead of having to do a full starter kit right now, you can take the option of doing an e-start, which is amazing because you still get the full benefit of everything that a normal consultant would have ever gotten, as far as you get your back office website, you get the ordering privileges, the discounts, all that kind of stuff. But now you also get a free website for a year and free credit card processing for a year, which is almost a $70, $80 value within itself. And it's all $30. So it's kind of an easy way to make that decision happen really, really easily and really, really quickly.
That's right.
So it's pretty awesome.
I love that. And I love how you shared, that not only were you able to pivot, was your unit able to pivot, and you showing them, but then how our company, and not only pivot, but excel And so I love that. And I'm so glad that, you mentioned, the company has come along and has provided options. And so I think that that's great. So.
Yes. It's pretty awesome.
All right. Well, Rebecca, I'm so glad that we could do some Q&A tonight. So that way our lovely beauty school ladies could learn a little bit more about you and your amazing story. And so thank you for sharing tonight. I love it. And I love your heart. And I love you. And so do you have anything else that you want to share before we wrap up this evening on our Q&A?
Thanks for tuning in and listening. If you have any other questions, definitely let Catherine or I know, or the beauty consultant that invited you to be on here. But thanks for listening.
Yes. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on tonight. Make sure that you reach out to them and just give us some feedback. We'd love to hear your opinion. So, and of course, answer any questions because it is Q&A after all. So, all right, ladies, thanks again for being in beauty school. Make sure you tune back every week. We'll continue to bring you the tips, tricks, and techniques to have you looking and feeling your best. Thanks, ladies. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Catherine.
Thanks, Rebecca.